Good evening and salutations, my soap opera fans. So I asked this question about a year ago, and we're still back here asking the same question because it's been going long enough. Has Audra Charles, from Young and Restless character, ran its course? I would sit there and say a year ago it ran its course, and they've been sitting there trying to make that shit work ever since. Now we're gonna sit there and talk about a lot of stuff tonight. You know how we do. Hit the like button as you're coming in. Course, and they've been snipped. So, roll call. Tommy's in the chat. How you doing tonight? G Mama Body is in the chat. How you doing tonight? Tanya is in the chat. How you doing tonight? Allison is in the chat. How you doing tonight? Sean is in the chat. How you doing tonight? It's glad to be back here, Sean. It's good to see you. It's good to see you. By the way, this Saturday, I think you're gonna like the stream, Sean. I think you're gonna like the stream. That's all I'm gonna sit there and say. Yes, Tommy. Vanessa is trash. You are 100% correct. She is trash. Unadulterated, unfiltered trash. Queen of the South is in the chat. How you doing tonight? Tanya is in the chat. How you doing tonight? I mean, Duwan is in the chat. How you doing tonight? Big Nate's in the chat. How you doing tonight? They were cool. Yes. So, actually, Sean, you kind of inspired me. You kind of inspired me for this stream. So, Tanya says, I'm hoping Beyond the Gates writers don't write Greg Vaughn's character horrible because at this point, I don't trust at all for the crap they've been writing. Audra needs a job. Yeah, that's right, Sean. So it's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be a good one. And trust me, I'm not gonna sit there and say anything else, but it's gonna be a good surprise though. So I look forward to you being there. Allison says, "Is Michael going to frame Willow for trying to kill Drew?" That is the question, right? Also, okay, so I have something else to sit there and say about that, and Tom, we'll bounce back around to the Young and Restless. Queen of the South is in the chat. How you doing tonight, Queen? It's good to see you. Why is everyone caring about why do okay, I don't understand this. Why are the fans so concerned? Or why are the fans why are the fans so concerned with who gets the house? Nice, Tommy. Congratulations. Congratulations. I'm very happy to hear that. Fuck. That's weird. Yeah, I got you, Tommy. But you got one. That's important. And what's good, Shakira? How you doing tonight? What the hell? Okay. It's weird because like I can't see. There we go. It's silly since they're all utterly rich besides Ronnie. It's utterly pointless because it's not like they're going to not keep the house. Like it doesn't really matter. Like I guess to me, I'm just like I don't understand why people are just so like, well, who's gonna get the house? Who's gonna get the house? Who fucking cares who gets the house? Like, why is that important? Like, why? It seems like such a dumb thing to sit there and be like, really like, oh my god, who's gonna get the house? Who's gonna get the house? Who fucking cares? Yeah, like who cares? Yeah, it's very interesting how they're gonna do the whole like throwing Josh throwing Vaughn under the bus. Also, I'm like, Britt, you doing too much now. You're gonna try to blackmail. You're gonna try to blackmail Jocelyn into getting you a place at the suite. getting her a place at Carly's hotel. Like, what are we doing at this point? Nate says, I fully believe the character of Audra has ran its course and will no longer be needed at some point on YNR. Yeah. Blackmon, aka Mr. GQ. Um, okay, you gotta get the tissue. Ugh, there we go. I'm like, that's another thing. Like, oh, Michael should get the house. Why? Why? Why does it matter if Michael gets the house or not? Ronnie got the house. Oh wow. Tracy was annoying as Tracy was annoying as hell today. Like, damn, somebody sit there and shut this chick up. 40 minutes of her whining and complaining and trying to throw Ronnie out of her own house. What's good, Amber? Exactly, Sean. Me either. Oh wow. Oh shit. Okay, actually, wow. Okay, I actually have more than I. Okay, yeah, more than I thought. Damn, I still got some extra. That's why I was happy when Jason and Michael was like, "Nah, listen, your family. This is your house, and I support Monica's decision." I'm like, listen, I'm doing good, Black Man. I was off today from work, so I was very happy. I want to wake up early tomorrow morning so I can do laundry. I was supposed to do it today, but I was super tired and it was raining, and I looked outside and I said, "Fuck that." Um, like that's how that was. I heard rain. I was like, "Yeah, I'm good." Yeah, and then there's Jill, and there's Jack, and you know, I'm glad that you brought up YNR, Tommy. It just once again it shows me how little they care about Mariah and Tessa's story. All that shit happened, their adventure, which I would have loved to see, of Tessa and Daniel, it happened off screen. It was all off screen. Because that's how they do um uh Tessa and Daniel. They they don't care about Tessa and Mariah. Like they never really cared about Tessa and Mariah. So for me, it was always a joke. It was always a damn joke. It's just a sad joke. Tracy came off as a snob. Tracy always comes across as a snob. That's. I mean, 80% of the time when she's on there, she comes across as a snob. She was just annoying. It's like 40 minutes of her just we don't know her. After a while, I was like, girl, listen. A half an hour into it, I decided to pause it. Um, I decided to pause it, go to the store, and come back. And I want to finish it because I needed a break from Tracy. Listen, I don't know how y'all do this. Okay. With me, I have to watch all the scenes. How do y'all not fast forward through Tracy's scenes is beyond me. Tommy says Audra's hot but no purpose. Her time on the show has ran to an end. Because let's be honest, if Abbott Communications is not up and running, she don't got a job. Like, what is she gonna do? She gonna work with Kane? Think Kane's gonna sit there and trust her? I mean, honestly, tell you the truth, in what universe are you gonna sit there and try to seduce a man knowing that you have a boyfriend and the people that came there knew that she had a boyfriend? And you out in the open just flirting with this man and talking to this man and being all chummy chummy. and everybody knows that you are Nate's girlfriend. TG gotta go. I'm a Tracy stan. Gotta go. I'm a Tracy stan. Oh, okay. People actually still call it. People actually still call themselves stans. Okay. Um, that's cool. And it's so stupid how they have Duane says if Kane trusts Phyllis, he will trust anyone. Yeah. What's good, Ronnie Ron? Yeah, I guess she was right, Ron. Guess she was. Which part of me wanted to come on yesterday when when we all found out that Portia was pregnant. Um, she gonna do the same shit that she did with Curtis back in the day with Taggart. She either going to get back together with Curtis, she gonna lie to Isaiah and be like, "Oh, I'm pregnant with his baby," and then the truth is gonna come out. She's gonna be looking like Boo Boo the Fool. That's what I'm guessing. That's what I am truly, truly, truly guessing. Um, because I feel like Portia just didn't learn a damn thing. I mean, she was sitting there thinking about the fact that she was in bed with both men. Now, what she should do is she should sit there and just come clean and be like, "Hey, listen, I'm cheating on you with Isaiah. I'm pregnant. I don't know who the child's father is." Um, she should do that. She's not going to do that because that's just not what she's going to do. Um, I didn't really give a shit. I didn't give two flying F's about Gio and Emma. I'm just glad that they ended that shit as fast as possible. Um, and when we get some more people in that watch Beyond the Gates, we're going to talk about that too. But, um, that's cool. I haven't got a chance to watch Phoenix Tremaine. Audra needs to leave Mr. Shepard alone. I get to a point where I feel like they start fighting like two cats. They start. You ever saw two cats just starts meowing at each other like they about to go back and forth? That's what I see those two doing. Right? It's just and now Mr. Shepard is going to go to L.A. to sit there and try to get his girl back. I'm like, bro, what are you doing? Yeah, I'm gonna get to Beyond the Gates in a second. I'm like, what are you doing though? You want to fly out to LA and be like, oh, well, I got to get her back. I'm like, and this is my issue when Diane was like, listen, we got to sit there and coddle him because as a mother, I just want to sit there and solve his. Jack is like, yo, listen, this is the reason why he keep getting in this shit in the first place. It's because we coddle him too much. So when his dumbass is sitting there talking about, well, I'm gonna sit there and go to LA, I'm like, bro, you're just gonna come across as a stalker. As a goddamn stalker. I don't even understand why he even bothers to waste his time with Audra. Audra don't got no damn job. What's good, Krista? What's good, LaShawn? Um, 1 second, Ron. Jesus Christ, here comes 1,000 questions. I mean, he had a point. Tony had a point. Tony was like, yo, you can get this company back, but it ain't gonna be shit. They was like, hey, listen, we want it back. And honestly tell you the truth, Tony was like, you know what, listen, holding on to Titan is more trouble than it's worth. So, I guess it's a nice little, we're united like the Power Rangers scene. But other than that, I really like the Xander and Philip scene more about them being like, hey, listen, let's bury the hatchet. Even Philip's like, yo, listen, I would have probably wanted to put hands on you too if you did what I did. because he realized he effed up, and Xander realized he effed up too. So for two people that don't like each other or didn't like each other in the past, it's nice. It's a nice scene of them, you know, kind of being brothers and kind of putting their ish aside. So I enjoyed that. And Krista says, "Congratulations, Tommy, on getting your job." His ego. It's not about his ego. It's more about his entitlement. Rosemary, I just came on here, Albert. Did you know that Greg? Yes, he's gonna be on Beyond the Gates. Thank you, Rosemary. It's great to have you tonight. Yes, Greg Vaughn, aka Lucky on GH, aka fuck. You know what? Tommy, since you're here, I'm gonna show you that picture real quick. I already feel like I gotta turn on the heat. On the AC. I know New York weather is supposed to get like a lot cooler at some point, but this shit is taking too damn long. Um, yeah, so yeah, aka Eric on Days of Our Lives is going to be on Beyond the Gates. And I didn't get a chance to yeah, that's cool, Ron. I was just not there saying that. I didn't get a chance to actually do a video on it because well, I don't know why I didn't get a chance. I was just busy as all hell. But cherry ice cream was good. Cherry ice cream. How you doing tonight? It's good to see you. It's amazing. Like I haven't actually did a live stream in like 3 days. I didn't. Oh shit, my bad. Ron, I don't know what you're talking about, bro. But I'm pretty sure that's not how you spell boots, but I get the picture though. Um, I don't know. Beyond the Gates has its ups and its down days. Um, no, Ron, I was well, I was watching the Karate Kid Legends. So thank you. I take the job. I don't think I go to like it full time. I don't know what that means. Um, oh, it's full time. Oh, that's what's up. Listen, Tommy, that's an accomplishment. Especially in this day and age where it's very hard to sit there and get full time work. And most places only want to hire part timers. No, that's a hell of an accomplishment. That's a hell of an accomplishment. So I'm very happy for you, Tommy. I am. I don't even know what to sit there and say about YNR today. Eagle Fang, Sophia is the worst pathetic character besides Luna, Drew, Willow, and Daytime. Agreeing. Um, yeah, I'll sit there and put her up there. What's good, Eagle? How about that karate? How about that Karate Kid Legends, huh? Oh my lord. Both of them are pathetic, Tommy. Both of them are sad, pathetic losers sitting there fighting over a man who has been playing them both like idiots. Playing them both like fiddles. And I don't understand why you sit there and take two intelligent, smart black women and make them look like Boo Boo the Fool. Like that should just like I got so much issues with that, like I really do. Like cause honestly to tell you the truth, they both look like idiots. They both look like idiots. Kayla telling um I don't know. The thing is, Ron, Jennifer just comes across as a damn Karen, and she's all like super defensive. How at one point she was like, "Oh, you're not on my side." I'm like, first of all, I don't like the fact that Thomas is sitting there talking to a grown ass adult like that. Like a child needs to sit there and stay in the child's place. Eagle says watching Charlie from Mighty Ducks and Cobra Kai Legends made me realize I'm getting old. I didn't even remember Charlie in there. Ronnie should kick Tracy. You goddamn house. Yeah, kick her ass out the house. I would have loved that shit. Listen, I'm not normally a fan of slapping people and shit, but like, part of me was like, if Ronnie decides to smack the living, he was the girl's. Oh, you mean Pacey? Oh, okay. See, I always call him Pacey from Dawson's Creek. Okay. I personally, my whole other issue with that movie, Eagle, is that I felt like the hero, like Lee, was a much better fighter than the other guy, than a quote unquote bully. Like I felt like he was a way better fighter, and I just didn't like the fact that they kept dumbing him down. Like that was some shit that was just really irritating me. I didn't say it in my review because I wanted to make it a very quick video, but like you see how they fight. I'm just like, yeah, he's okay. He's decent. Like he's a little, okay. He's a little bit more than decent, but like I felt like he wasn't on his level. Like I really felt like he wasn't on his level. What's good, Jonathan? So it pissed me off. I'm like, what was the point of bringing Daniel in there if you weren't gonna sit there and use any karate? Let's call it Karate Kid, but he's doing kung fu. Fucking pet peeve that I just couldn't get over. But wow, what a movie, huh? I don't even remember what. Oh yeah, I answered your question right. Eagle said the movie started out slow paced, and towards the end, everything went so fast paced, and I never understood why Daniel showed up there anyways. Exactly. Yes. Yes, Jonathan. All right. So well. Yes, I did want to cancel the stream. Eh, Here's my thing. Here's my thing, Jonathan. And granted, the same person that you recommended me to do, I'm still doing this Sunday. But that's the thing though, there wasn't really. Yeah, but honestly, tell you the truth, Ego, like I literally sat there with like, what was the point of Johnny even coming in towards the end just to make a couple of jokes? Like I didn't even understand like what was the point of him coming in? Like you said something else too before is yeah, I didn't understand. They did rush the hell out of that second part. Like that second part just felt so fast. I was like, what am I even watching at this point? But no, Jonathan, what was I gonna sit there and say? Yeah, there wasn't really there. I feel like a lot of times in the streams or whatever, especially in the beginning, most people just want to sit there and talk about General Hospital. And since I already talked about General Hospital on Saturday, I didn't feel like trying to mutter through a whole stream just to get to the second part of the stream. So I was like, you know what? There really wasn't a lot of material to sit there and talk about General Hospital. Jesus Christ, Ron. There really wasn't a lot of stuff to sit there and talk about General Hospital. So I was like, I'll just talk about it next week. Since Tatum's not the father, Sophia baby wise Brady, so because he doesn't know. He doesn't know, Ron. I know you want to come on live that day, and I wanted to sit there and do it that day, but I just, like I said, usually in the beginning of the stream, people want to sit there and talk about um General Hospital, and there really wasn't that much to sit there and talk about in General Hospital. So I was like, I feel like that they're trying to like struggle to find things to talk about into the second hour. So I was like, you know what? Rather than do that, make it kind of boring for everyone, have some stuff to talk about. Eagle says it's not the next Karate Kid movie. It's not the next Karate Kid movie. It's bad, but it's just not as good as another. Yeah. But yeah, no, Tommy. I mean, Jonathan. I was just like, let's just do it next week. It should be. Eagle, you're 100% right. You are 100% right. Um, the next week is going to be fun though, because I had a couple more clips in there. Well, you know, Tommy, that is smart. Like most people, like it's always good to sit there and keep a job until you find the next job, and then you can sit there and tell them that you bouncing out. So, but yeah, Sophia is just yeah. Like I said, Jonathan, I didn't feel like Smith trying to mutter through a whole hour of finding stuff to talk about General Hospital. Um, it would have been fine if people would have came in and they want to sit there and talk about other stuff besides General Hospital. But since most people just want to talk about General Hospital, I'm like, there really wasn't much to talk about after Saturday. Um, and Holly's also leaving. What's good, Darby? I know it's been a while. It's been a while. Yeah, Sean. That's why I put up the. I should have probably just sat there and said that I wasn't gonna do a stream, but I figured since like people saw like where the vote was going, that you know the wrong girl's leaving, right? Eagle, yeah. And you know the sad thing is, Eagle. Even if we couldn't get Sophia to leave, even if we couldn't get Sophia to leave, we could have just got a better actress. Like, well, Holly wants to leave town, but the actress isn't leaving the show. How is that? What is she just going to be another character? I don't understand. Gorgeous Queen Janet Wednesday doesn't. Yeah, thank you, Janet. Thank you for coming through tonight. I always appreciate the hell out of you every time you come through, and I'm happy that you're here. Um, and you're right. Fire whoever they need to keep. Yeah, exactly. Listen, I'm being. And you know the thing is, Eagle. Even though I was sitting there talking like in a very like joking manner, I was being dead ass serious. I was like, "Yo, listen, I don't care what kind of cuts you got to do. Okay, Glad to have you, Janet, always. They mention Holly isn't actually going to end up leaving. Where did they mention that at? What's good last day? I mean, I didn't get that from the show, so unless they said something like that online, um, yeah, I guess we'll see. I don't know. I've been looking into the whole like yeah, it's good to see you last day. I've been looking into the whole Ariana Zucker thing and like there is no progress on that. She seemed like she is just living her best life, doing a podcast and doing her charities and stuff like that. Like I've not been able to find anything on if she's coming back, if she wants to come back or whatever. So yeah, no, they gotta keep running. You can sit there and ship trace you up to Amsterdam or wherever the hell. Joey says I still think Tony is his brother Andre because of how he told Xander he was an outsider in his family and he could relate to his something predicament and Andre was the Xander of the Demaras. Last year says B&B was the only soap I saw today. B&B wasn't good today. Legends of soaps doing what? No, I did not, Eagle. That's interesting. AI is wild. AI is wild. Um, I don't know. You know, the thing about B&B is that, yeah, they got Dr. MRK Jr. cutting WWE promos. What? Oh, okay. Nah, because I have a feeling that AI would have made her much better. Yeah, that was kind of a twist, Jonathan. That was kind of a twist to sit there and see that. But I don't think people sit there saying that Michael wants to sit there and set up Willow, you know. B&B, okay, here's the thing about B&B. Like it's the lunacy for me that start to get so tiring, right? Well, I mean, I know how you feel about Hope, but my whole thing is like, why don't they just? I mean, I feel like they're taking their time, trying to make Deke the designer for Hope, and I'm like, Hope don't really have a lot of options. I know. So you said that she has a candidate of people. 1 second, Ron. I think I'm saying that way too much. Um, Hope is not to act like she has a candidate of people that want to design for her, but it's like we all know that it's going to be deep. So it's like, why are we taking so long? Now Ron says, "What if Sophia has did just as Everett Lynch had?" I don't understand what you mean by that. What's good, Lisa? What if Sophia had did just as Everett Lynch did? Like, what does that mean? DID? Like what are we talking about? Um, because it's very clear that she needs a designer. And every time D kept in it, they point out little things like, well, this worked like a couple years ago, but this isn't who you are now. Or, the fabric of this or the chic of that or whatever type of fashion lingo he was in there doing. He was pretty much, yeah. Um, and he pointed out a lot of stuff that she's actually sent to saying, okay, yeah, I did ask for your help and your input. And she did sit there and say that the rest of the staff, like Zende and Ridge, are busy with Couture. So it's like, oh, you mean if she had DID? Yeah, I guess. But she's not coming across like she has DID. She's coming across like she doesn't want the secret to be told. Like that means that she knows who the father of the child is. And the fact that she was so stupid to sit there and just assume it was Tate is just, well, it's I don't want to sit there and say it's days of our lives, but like, well, oh my God, if it's not Tate, then maybe it's you just assumed that it was Tate. Isn't this chick supposed to be like somewhat smart? I don't understand. The thing about okay, so the thing about Luna, I'm gonna go back to Luna for a minute. The thing about Luna is that I feel like she, I feel like she purposely does the whole rage bait thing. Like she'll come in and she'll sit there and be like, "Oh, the baby's gonna be this, and you're gonna be so happy, and you're gonna be grandfathers, and you're gonna be grandparents. It's gonna be so lovely." And I just love Will. It's like she does it on purpose to sit there and rage bait people. And I've gotten to a point where I'm just like, you know what, Luna, whatever. Because I feel like that's her whole purpose, right? Um, like her. Also, I'm just like, wait, Bill, what do you mean that Luna just walked on out? She just walked on out, and you're like, with security, bro? Do you even have security? That's the thing, Cherry. It's constant. She'll constantly do that, and she does it on purpose to sit there and try to provoke the audience. Because I'm just like, girl, you can't be this stupid. You cannot be this stupid to walk into a room and be like, "Oh, this baby's gonna be a blessing to everyone." And you're just like, "What? What are you talking about? What are you talking about?" But she does that on purpose, and I'm so over the rage bait. Like I really am, and I'm also over the fact that Brooke and Taylor was good, Danny Bear, and everybody else to sit there and say, "Oh, well, she took advantage of Will," and it's like, okay, technically speaking, yes, Will was drunk, so they're not wrong when she sit there and says when they sit there and say that she took advantage of him. What's annoying is that they don't say what they should be saying. That's my issue. Um, no, he's not gonna do that, Ron. He's not. He probably should, but he's not. Lisa says, "I think Remy's the daddy. I think the daddy is Remy." So toast split isn't a black, he's a green? I don't understand. What's good, Susan? How are you doing tonight? It's good to see you. Oh, Tesoro isn't a black, he's a green. Oh, okay, I get it now. Tesoro. You know what it is? I always pronounce it with a D. I think that's why it like took me a second. But let's everyone say what's up to Danny Bear. Danny Bear and her 500 subscribers. Congratulations, by the way. I was in your stream for a little bit. I don't know if I actually said anything or participated. Um, it's nice to have you, Susan. No, I was in there for a little bit. I don't, yeah. I did participate. Yeah, I did say something. I was like, I had to sit there and think about that. I was like, did I say something? Yes, I did say something. Um, I did say something. Drew is a scumbag, Jonathan. But you know it's really interesting. 1 second, Ron. Like usual. 1 second. What's good, me cop? But you know the sad thing is though, like, see, me and you know that as bad as Drew is, there are people that's far worse. Ron says I don't like the baby name to Sora. Hopefully Aaron changes. Yeah, you think that what you cross the baby daddy thing. Yeah, okay, got it. What's good, lady? What's good, lady V? Yeah. Danny says I was watching yesterday's Days Nothing. Ari and uh, um, Why that was decent. Mikab, it wasn't super amazing, but it was decent though. You know, Danny Bay. You know what I'm gonna sit there and hear people sit there and say? Take a wild guess with Theo. We got fucking talk about that too. We gotta talk about that. I'm so glad that you're here, Danny. You know, I'll save you the time. I'll sit there and tell you what people are gonna sit there and say. Oh my God, it's gonna be so awful. I mean, look at their age differences. I mean, there's a huge age gap. I mean, he's a predator. Um, because most decent people will sit there and find that wrong, Ron. That's why. You know, it's funny, Danny, because I would sit there and say the exact same shit, and I would sit there and stand on it with 10 goddamn toes. But I know that there's people that will sit there and be like, oh my God, there's so much of an age gap. Ew, or some dumb shit that will sit there and come out their mouths. So, um, which I'm going by the law, but you know what? I'm not even gonna get into that. But you remind me, Danny. We gotta talk about that JJ and Jada scene. We gotta talk about that JJ and Jada scene. Um, and my mom, Judy's doing another CC live. So glad I could. Well, I'm glad that you're here, Lady V. It's always a pleasure. Seriously, Cherry. Like I said, I can sit there and say more. I'm gonna limit it the amount of stuff that I say. Um, I don't want to offend anyone. Not that I give a shit, but um, yeah, I know, Ron. You would sit there and have both of them. I got it. It's not that big goodness. Theo's not a silver fox. Trust me, you'd be surprised what some people would sit there and say. We gotta talk about that JJ and Jada scene. Because on a level, I can appreciate Jada Smith there questioning him and making sure, hey, listen, we're going to go through a couple questions and make sure that you are not a biased, racist cop. I'm like, and I can respect that. What bothered me was that Theo made JJ question his judgment. You know, like that's what bothered me. That's what bothered me. Because I'm like, in all reality, he didn't do anything wrong. Like he really did. The fact that he's questioning his judgment because Theo did not sit there and deal with his PTSD is an issue. Yeah, yeah, yes, Danny, and yeah, Isaiah Smith, they're coming up in Curtis' face talking about, well, I don't like you disrespecting Portia. Brother, you are literally sitting there fucking his wife. And you want to sit there and get all macho man about the fact that he is disrespecting his wife. First of all, listen, Isaiah, he did make a good point about why it's a bad idea, and Sean is not happy with the writing of Britt and Jason. Um, I'm like, seriously, Jerry, I mean, listen, he made a good point. He was like, hey, listen, you are abusing Portia's position by going in the room. Your story should have been told after Theo got shot. Yeah. Um, even because here's the thing, even Britt backed him up. Even Britt was like, yo, you go in there, you confront Drew. Okay, Ron, whatever you say. Um, you go in there, you do anything to sit there and set this man back on his recovery. It could reflect badly on the hospital. And also badly on Portia because, like Isaiah said, the nurse is not going to sit there and stop you. And you are, yeah, it's like, and you are literally sitting there putting her job in jeopardy by doing that. So he wasn't wrong. His, my whole thing is his heart was in the right place. He might have overstepped because you kind of felt like he was trying to beat his chest or whatever and stand up for the woman he loved. Like, bro, you're literally having an affair with this man's wife. So it's like you can be right and wrong at the same time. Yeah, and thank you, Danny. There should be a goddamn guard there. There really should be a guard there. There really should be a guard there. You know, just I got flipping back the days real quick. I am glad. I am glad. Seriously, Jerry, I am glad that Chanel did calm down. And you know what? They kind of figured out that it was Sophia that was the one that was behind, you know, the whole adoption screw up thing. Like she was the one that literally screwed them up, and they realized that she most likely did it because she was upset with them. I'm like, you need to be upset with yourself because you're the one that spreaded your legs before you're ready to have a baby, but whatever. Um, nah, Ron, people can sit there and read your child. I'm not reading that. Everyone else can sit there and read it. They see what you wrote. Yeah, exactly, Danny. She was getting on my goddamn nerves too. Johnson says Johnny and Chanel gets big points today. They were spot on, correct. Yeah. Well, it was good dilemmatic. There was a bit of a detour at one point. Like at first, Chanel was like, EJ did it, or EJ most likely did it. Um. Anyway, I'm glad that they actually got to that point. So now they're on to her. Listen, I look at this. Holly is the only okay out of all their teams or their young adults. Holly's the only one that I really feel like is worth a damn. And then Ari. And unfortunately, we still got to deal with Tate and Sophia's stupid ass. Yeah, Jonathan. Hmm. Domex, I haven't actually did. I don't know when I'm actually going to sit there and do a review on what you're calling Hollywood, but it is actually getting good. Like how they revealed. I, I don't know how far you on, but like how they found out who the killer and the kidnapper was actually done really well. Like I didn't watch those days. I'm like, what? They were just talking to Holly. Hopefully, Jonathan, from your lips to the writer's ears, from your goddamn lips to the writer's ears, because they facts, facts, Dolomex. You know it's bad when Holly has redeemed herself after all that mess she pulled with Tate. Facts, fucking facts. And Dolomex, I know I wasn't here last Sunday. Oh, I'm done using Smith saying that. I need to catch my highlights. I heard that they have some good stuff going with Claire. I fucking love Claire Bear. I fucking love Claire Bear. That chick is dangerous, but like she's like Nina except with a brain. Tanya says I have a podcast I've been working on that covers TV and film episodes that came out soon. I will also cover the soaps. Ooh, okay, all right, Tanya. I will look forward to hearing it then. Oh, the actress believes that Holly and Tate are endgame. Okay. Not really, because they pretty much kind of screwed her character up. She's considered a Hollywood legend. She's a big deal. I see she's a big deal. I don't know. I like Claire. But yes, have a good night, Tanya, and keep me posted on that because I there's so many goddamn different YouTube and podcasters out there that talk about soaps. I lose track of them after a while. I can, but no, seriously, Domex, I can see why. I don't know, like it's oh, Allison, it's on YouTube. It's literally on YouTube, Allison. You just type up Hollyoaks and it will come up. I wish I had time to sit there and review it, but it's really good. I found myself getting here's the thing with Hollyoaks. I found myself getting annoyed with a lot of the characters, but like I still have this need to sit there and figure out what's going to happen with them. What do you think of the faithful for Tom? You might be ahead of me, so I don't remember any faithful for Tom. Um, the last part that I'm on is when John Paul was threatened by Jeremy to not say anything, and then he's like drunk and he like falls on some rose thing that he did. Have a night, Sean. When did it started? You know, Allison, you can just sit there and just jump in on the latest episode and just keep up from there because it's only 3 episodes a week. Allison, I implore you to sit there and watch this show. Dolomedics. Oh shit! Hold on. Yes. Have a good night, Sean. Look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Dolomedics has been Smith there trying to get me to watch this show for years in DC, and it's really good. Like it's it's. Have you seen Claire and Tom Grant? No. I don't remember. Maybe that's okay. Whoever. Um. Shit. Now it's taking me a second because I have to sit there and think about the names. It's good, Allison. Oh no, there was a ransom, and it turned out of a little girl, and it turned out that was his brother. That was her brother. Tom is the young guy with the curly hair. Oh, Tom. Oh yes. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I'm a little bit past that part. Yeah. It took me a second. I was like, who the fuck is Tom? All I know is that the hell is his name? Joel wound up beating the hell out of yeah, Joel wound up beating the hell out of Tony. That his name? For some odd reason, I don't understand why he wound up beating him up. Like he wanted him to plead guilty and like he wouldn't sit there and play ball. And people were just like, why is he like such an asshole now? But um yeah, Ron, I do. I mean I didn't watch his video, but yeah, she's a yes, Ron, she is a knockoff. She's a knockoff of Jan Spears. She's a cheap knockoff of Jan Spears, unfortunately. It's actually pretty bad. Because for some odd reason that just makes sense. It was a great scene because you got to consider that Tom is basically the Robin of the show, and Claire is has been his arch nemesis since he was a kid. Really, I know that. You know what I was surprised by though, Medics, when Claire and Donnie hooked up. When Claire and Donnie hooked up, I was like, that. I'm not gonna lie, that shit threw me off. Patricia says, let's hope Audra's gone." Yeah, Sophia can only. Well, that's why I said cheap knockoff. She has been trying to unalive him since he was. Oh, yeah. Claire and Donnie hooked up, and then Donnie decided to tell Mispa that he did that, and who the hell knows where they're at. Oh, also, what's his name? Not Lucas. Yeah, Lucas. Lucas has been pissing me off. The fact he has been beating his dad's ass has just been like it's just been so weird to me. Like he's been literally sitting there beating his dad's ass for a hot minute. Lucas, Dylan, yeah, it is wild for so many reasons. It's wild. So I don't even know what to sit there and say that. Like I have so many damn feelings about that shit. Oh, Caroline says I'm still behind on Hollyoaks. It's good and it's yes. Well, it's definitely better than Born the Beautiful. That's that's for damn sure. And let's everyone say what's up to Caroline Robinson for joining the chat. What the fuck? I was gonna say something and I forgot what I was gonna sit there and say now. It's been okay, you know what? We gotta talk about we gotta talk about Beyond the Gates for a minute. Why have you know they did a similar storyline with Mispa and her son, ironic. He snapped and started abusing her. You know it's really crazy though, Max. Like I know it sounds kind of weird, and I don't know if it's a little sexist or whatever. Okay, like I can see her, which is really messed up, but I can see a son sitting there attacking his mother. just to kind of shortcut this whole thing. There was a point I was sitting there watching Army Wives, right? And it turned out that like the son was sitting there beating on on his mother. So I can see that. I can't sit there and see or process in my head um, that Lucas little ass is sitting up there whooping Steve's ass, who is his father. Like there's something about like a hierarchy with men that I'm just like it's just I'm not getting. I'm not. Yeah. But why are they writing Eva like a damn loser? I mean, I said this in my review. Kat is supposed to be the it girl. And I feel like with Kat is like the only reason why she wants Thomas back is because she doesn't want to lose. Right? Like for her it's more of an ego trip. I'm like, Eva, you're better than this. What are you doing at this point? Kat is just stupid. Cat is an ego trip. That's what that comes down to. Yeah, same thing, Lisa. Domax says the thing with Steve is it plays off his history. Steve was a child of abuse and was an abuser himself and went through a whole racist phase. So I think Steve may be feeling too guilt. Oh, damn. That's why I pays to know your history. Shit. Okay. Caroline says the story with Ronnie on General Hospital is so good, enjoying the hell out of it. Yes, Ronnie story has been very conflicting. Yeah, I didn't know. I didn't understand that. And Cherry says I may be back. Okay, hopefully you're back. Yeah, and I saw that stupid little joke that the lady did towards the end. In fact, she abused Lucas' mom before he came out. Oh, hmm. So you think it's more like karmic justice, right? Dramatics. Because like since I started doing these member streams where we're like watching like classic soaps and I'm reading about this stuff, you think about Todd Manning, right? Todd Manning from More Like to Live. Todd Manning and Marty Saybrook and what he did to Marty Saybrook was a horrible thing. But apparently one Jesus Christ. One second, Ron. But apparently Todd Manning, he got the same thing done to him to what he did to Marty Saybrook. Where's Sophia's not? Oh, Jesus Christ. I don't know, Ron. Like, why would I know where? Sometimes I feel like you just say my name and you ask a question that's just like an ironic question. I don't know, Ron. I don't know where mom is. I don't know where dad. I miss her mom. Her mom looked good. I'll sit there and say that much. Um, but yeah, it makes me think about karmic justice. Now, I'm not saying that this thing is right, and nobody should have to sit there. Actually, it didn't happen to Todd. That happened to Victor. That's not what I read. Tommy says, "Do you think Vanessa's son is going to die?" Um, no, but I am sick and tired of seeing Vanessa. I feel like every time I see Vanessa on Beyond the Gates, it's like she is just vomit inducing. She's vomit inducing. It's every time she's sitting up there crying and being upset, I just like I have no sympathy for her. I really don't. And it annoys me everybody else in the damn town actually has sympathy for her, but really? But no, 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 no. That's not okay. That's not what I read. That's not what I read. Because what I read was that Blair tried to save Teaspoon. It's good to see Teaspoon. We didn't get to see Doug's funeral. That's messed up. We didn't get to see Doug's funeral. Okay, I'm gonna sit there and say something that's very controversial. I hope y'all sitting down for this. Doug McBride was a fucking loser. Okay. I am not sitting up there being like, oh my God, I'm so upset that I didn't sit there and get the. He was a fucking loser. Okay. I am not I am not sad that he's gone. Honestly tell you the truth, I think that well he doesn't have to sit there and be married to what you call it anymore. Okay. Doug was a fucking loser. He was a goddamn loser. I'm gonna pull up my goddamn fact. Hold on. Oh, that's so wrong. Oh, yeah. I forgot to do it. It's actually right there. Yeah, Doug was a loser, but he's the first main character closer. Yeah, he's still a loser. It says I'm okay. I should have probably actually read this shit before I started drinking. Um, but basically, and I'm gonna have to go back and I'm gonna have to find it. I'm a little too tipsy right now. All I know is that when I read it, because I was sitting there reading Blair stuff, right? And there's a point where Blair tried to rescue Todd, and see, this is the one time I actually wish I had my receipts in order. Okay, I'm gonna have to get back to you on that one. Oh wow. Oh, there it is. I feel bad for Doug being married to Vanessa. I do too. So he got it out. Rosemary says yes, Doug, he was a loser. A bigger yeah, he was a goddamn loser. I'm not sitting there feeling bad for a goddamn loser. Oh, and if anyone said think I'm being insensitive, it's alcohol talking. So oh damn. I'm gonna have to look that back up and I'm gonna have to get to you I'm gonna have to get back to you tomorrow on that. All I read and from what I remember was that like I specifically remember it was Todd's child. It was Todd's child because he was actually about to sit there and they were about to arrest him for that woman's murder. They was about to arrest her for a murder, and it was John McBain that actually brung her back to town. So no, it wasn't Trevor's version of Todd. It was actually Todd. I remember that specifically, but I will I'll look it over tonight. But and it's what it is. It's just because I read it like 3 times for the live stream on Saturday that I remember that specifically. Like trust me, you type up Blair Kramer's Wikipedia, and not the first one, but the second one. and it'll come up. Tina says, "Where is Audra? Where is Audra? What? Oh, my bad. Hold on, let me try this again. Let's say one say what's up to Tina. Do you see Beyond the Gates winning at least one Emmy next year from other? No, Caroline, I do not. I no, no, I don't see them winning it. Emmy for what? Well, like I don't see it. I'm not even gonna sit there and try to be a dick. Like I don't see it. I don't see them winning an Emmy. No, and I'm not even sitting there saying that to shit on Beyond the Gate. I don't see that happening. I mean, does anybody see Beyond the Gates winning an Emmy? That's a general question. Yeah, when they get some better actors. Okay, it's gonna be a slight delay because I'm switching to my laptop at this point. Jonathan says, I do remember that story, and it was Trevor version of Todd that time. That time the child was Sam Manning's son Victor. Hmm. All right, I guess I gotta reread it again. Also, shout out to Jonathan. Thank you, Jonathan. Fucking rock star. I'm gonna have to reread it before I go to bed tonight. Yeah, that wasn't like some lighting or special effects or sound or some shit. Whatever, whatever. The woman that violated. Yes, I do remember. Yeah, Margaret. Yes, I do remember that name, Jonathan. Tomax says they're waiting for wardrobe, and honestly, some of the actors are good. I mean, Eric from B&B won an Emmy for one scene where it cried about Gwen sleeping with Carter. Shit. Yeah, that was a name. Yes, you're right. That was a name, Jonathan. I do remember that. Apologies, but discount don't count out the whole cast when you have the actor who played Vernon. And then what? Yeah, no, I said yes. Yeah, but to be fair, I just didn't say when you play some of the actors. Um, yeah, obviously, yes, there are people that do know how to act, and that's beside like the best, the people that have been acting for a minute. Um, uh, okay, I guess somebody got to do their homework tonight. Okay, I guess I got to reread it then. Okay, all right. Well, Jonathan, I trust you. Yes, there are. Here's the thing: there are some good actors on the show. Okay? And Eva and Kat might be annoying characters, but they're pretty. Yes, Eva and Kat. Yes, Eva, Kat, Smitty, I don't know about Martin. I don't think Martin's actually a bad actor, so I would sit there and say he's decent, right? Oh, blasphemy! Oh my God, Danny Bear, Danny. You know what? You know what? I'm gonna challenge you. I want you to sit there and say that in your live stream. You know what? No, screw it. I dare you to sit there and say that in your live stream, Danny. I dare you to say that in your live stream. Alex says I know Thomas, Derek, Ashley. Don't forget Chelsea. Chelsea. We're not gonna sit there. No, we gotta put her in that shit too. No, screw that. Hold on. I want her to screaming out loud anyway. Okay, no, I want you to scream that out loud in your stream. Yeah, Danny about to sit there and get reckless. Okay, okay, Danny, I like that. Let's. Danny's like, okay, cool. Let's get reckless tonight. I want her to get reckless in her stream. You know what, Danny? Tell me what time you're gonna be streaming on Saturday. I'll make sure I make a post for that. Chat knows I'm not joking. I'm being dead ass serious too. Yeah, no, no. I'm not doing anything, Lisa. I'm just going to say I want Danny to sit there and express her opinions and her views in her live audience and what time she's going to be doing this way I can make sure I write a post. I'm about Danny, telling her truth. Yeah, that's what I'm about. That's exactly, yes, yes. Rosemary wants to know what time. Yeah, that's what I'm about, Lisa. You know me. I'm looking out for Danny's best interest. I want her to sit there and tell her truth. 12 p.m. Eastern. Yeah. Some people know how to do it. Some people know how to do it. Some people don't. Um. There you go. 12 p.m. Eastern. There you go. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Teaspoon. Aren't you a subscriber of Danny Bear? You're a subscriber of Danny Bear, right? Right, Teaspoon. I've seen you in Danny Bear's comment section. Like I knew that profile looked a little familiar. No, just I'll learn back. Yeah, Matt. Yeah, Matt. Okay. That's what I saw you over there. Oh yeah, no, of course I listen. I'm just messing with Danny Bear.
She knows I have a sense of humor. I'll say that much. Listen, I always sit there and say what I said. I think that the Jocelyn WSB story is actually really well. I'm loving it personally, and I stand by that. So I totally get it. I mean, listen, there's okay. Lady V says, "What are the reports of my crushes? My favorite crush will be joining Beyond the Gates." Yeah, he's I didn't. I think I heard about it like either yesterday or the day before. Yeah, Greg Vaughn is going to be on Beyond the Gates. AKA Eric Brady, AKA Lucky Spencer, and I think he was on the Tyler Perry show also, right? He was on the Tyler Perry show. Now Johnson says, "Anybody know when Roger Howard first appeared on YNR?" You know, he was also on As the World Turns too. Lena says, "Yes, Audra Charles is Brandon Chorus. Brandon Chorus, writer should have wrote her out with Tucker." Let's everyone say what's up to Lena. There we go. Yes, Caroline. Yes. Yes, Jonathan. Yes, Ryan Paul. And you know, of course, I wish we could sit there and watch some of that, but unfortunately, CBS got to be dicks. So that's annoying. Oh, he didn't write Sugar Queens, and he didn't write Queen Sugar. I know, I'm very curious about that too, Allison. Very curious about that. Well, I mean, Lady V, let me tell you something. The only way I would accept Roger Howard coming back on General Hospital if he was Todd Manning. I gotta read more about that though. Like you know, my knowledge is very limited about that. So like, I thought that they were always like kind of like they had like a collab thing going on. You know, there's a reason why I thought that the Flash coming on Supergirl was like, okay, well, you know, it made sense. You know, when I read a little bit about it. Oh, Delmar says no, it was just on the open network with his other shows, but it was produced by a. Oh, okay. Yeah, according to Jonathan, yeah, they can. I know they had that whole lawsuit thing. I'm gonna be honest, General Hospital really kind of dropped the ball with how they did that. But yeah, you know, Lady V, I would love for Brenda Barrett to return. I would love for Brenda Barrett to return. We were, you know, Lady V, we were watching in our member stream some Brenda Barrett scenes. No, like he seemed like listen. The actor that plays Bill seems like he's a seasoned like actor. It's the other actors that I just have an issue with. Other actors I just have another issue with. I think the writer should have Jack as well. I heard. I mean, I heard that he writes fast. So I would sit there and say that. I think she's going to give. I think she's going to give it to the Qs anyway. Yeah, I mean, like I've heard that she's just going to do like a limited run anyway. So Spider looks like Sophia has done it with someone else. I don't want to sit there and think it's Aaron because I think it would just be stupid. Like I would rather, Spider. I would rather be a little more controversial than writing it than having her sit there and be with cringy ass Aaron. But how the hell are you, Spider? Tomax says the top bill actor on Beyond the Case is pretty good as long as they have good writing. It's just the newer secondary people who struggle. Do you think the world was forged of it? It wasn't by true. I mean, it's definitely forged. It definitely feels like it's forged. It definitely feels like it's forged. Johnson says, let's talk about Portia is conceiving a child most likely belonging to another man. Yeah, I said this before you got here. I feel like Portia didn't learn anything from the last time that she did something like that. This feels, one second, Spider. This feels more like the shit that she did with Taggart and Curtis. And just like that, I feel like she didn't learn her lesson. Podcast says I'm good, and you saw Josh and Britt today. Britt ain't scared of her, and Brendan, she was laughing. She knows she got Jason. Good for that. Listen, her that they're trying to blackmail Jocelyn just came across as like dumb. Like, what are you doing? Like, I understood the whole thing with when Carly was they talking about like rent this and rent that. I'm like, your little girl's alive because of her. Part of me, I was like, you need to sit there and calm your ass down. Why not, Danny? When was the last time you actually had a baby story? The last thing Jason needs to bring is another baby story. So, when's the last one that they had? Like I said, okay, so I feel that she's going to find a way to get back together with. Yeah, listen, Carly. Get to Carly's ass in a hot minute, but like my whole thing with Portia is Portia. One second. Let me get to your last question. Let me get to your last thing. My thing with Portia is she's gonna get together. She's gonna get back with Curtis. Isaiah's gonna find out that she's pregnant, and Isaiah's gonna be sitting there wondering if that's his child. And at some point, the truth is going to come out. Justin says, "Do you think Willow will let? Do you think that Willow will still let Drew pin his shooting on Michael after let her see her kids?" Depends on what the catch is. It depends on what the catch is. Um, Hell, she may not. And the thing is, like, she may not have a choice. He may decide to just do it anyway. Danny says Carly. Domek says Carly never appreciated anything. I remember when Miss Wu stopped those mobsters from taking out her and Jason, and she still asked, "Was that Carly lay off the bread a little?" But Carly refused. Yeah, it's funny. Somebody also said the same thing. I didn't see it, but there's an idea of theory that he might. There's an idea of theory that she might. Maybe I'll show that at the end. Um, okay, so I didn't sit there and say it before, and I'm pretty sure Sean, 80 Sean, will sit there and agree with me. Carly has been on, right? My thing with Carly is that Carly wants to be the only person in Jason's life. No, the only woman in Jason's life, right? She talks this whole other reason of why she doesn't like bread and everything like that. But like, that's what it generally comes down to. Yeah, no, I saw the part where the gun was missing, as Anna said, and he did come out of the house to sit there and look for Willow. Right? But I don't remember the police search. We know I don't remember that happening. Uh, but I don't. Well, yeah, but I don't. Let's get Queen Jess. I might actually have to get something else. Thanks, Allison. And we all know that Carly. Okay, well, you know what? Okay, it's funny. I gotta watch the promo. Then. I don't remember seeing the promo. I'll watch it tonight before I go to bed. Very true. Allison says Carly's jealous of any woman in Jason's life. Carly ain't shit. Carly is not shit. Carly is very self-centered. All right, it's fine. Yeah, I gotta sit there. I gotta sit there and see the promo. Oh, Jess, it's your fault. I'll just sit there and say it now before I forget. Um, she thinks she owns Jason. Yeah, that's a well, one of her many problems. Yes. And Rosemary says hi to you. Lisa says Carly is selfish. Carly is selfish. Have a good night, Caroline. It was great to see you. Leave my girl a little bit alone. I feel bad for her. How many girls do you have? What is it? Brett is Lulu, and now it's Elizabeth. I've lost count. So I remember they did that. I remember they actually had those two. I lose count when he's not there talking sometimes. Lady. Oh, and Robin too. Oh, okay. Well, you may actually. You know what? I need to sit there and show y'all. I need to sit there and remind y'all how Carly ain't shit. But doesn't it go back down to his whole like if he promised something about somebody, like he's gonna sit there and keep that promise? I mean, the truth is gonna come out, and I guess that Jason will sit there and lose another lady friend. But hell, he'll still have Brit, so there you go. But it's not about Brendan though. It's about Jocelyn. Jocelyn asked him to sit there and keep the secret, and you know how Jason is. Jason's gonna sit there and keep that secret. So it's not about Brendan. It's about Jocelyn. When he give his word, his word matters. I still think he was out of pocket with Anna, but that's an entirely another case. Okay, says on the gays topic, so like if Vanessa's getting exposed tomorrow. Yo, I, I can't. Okay, I can't feel bad for Vanessa. Like I said, beyond the gates, when it comes towards some of the writing, Eva, Eva's looking like a dummy. And my whole thing is like, Eva, you. Oh, I need to sit there and turn this off for a minute. No, I don't understand how they tried to make Eva go a step forward and two steps back. Right? She acknowledged Eva is dumb and so is Cat. Yeah, but you acknowledge that. Um, you acknowledge one. Okay, 1 second. Because I'm gonna get to that in a second. You acknowledge that like you were being just like your mother, right? You acknowledge that shit. So like, why would you sit there and take Leslie's advice? I don't fucking get that shit. I'm enjoying it so far. Jonathan, I'm up to the part where Jordan exposed himself. Like, well, when he decided to, I guess they were doing some sort of ceremony for him. And he was like, Vaughn ain't this and Vaughn ain't that. And, um, by the way, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, Jonathan, what's the chick's, is her name Kate? Who's the chick that can touch people and can, like, push them to do stuff? I want to talk about her real quick. My thing is, I wonder if Kat thinks enjoying it with us and how she will hate in 2 days or 3 days later. I see that's my whole thing though. Just like you could dislike Tomas, but like at the end of the day, these two women are choosing this shit, right? Truthfully, I'm more beyond the gates from taking a break. I fucking love it. See? But see, that's my whole thing, though, Josh. That's my whole thing. That's and then people will sit there and come in my chat and be like, "What's wrong with you? Why you don't like that show?" Are you fucking kidding me? I guess you didn't read what Justice said. That's my whole fucking thing, though. Like, I would sit there. Lisa says still haven't seen an episode of both. You don't need to sit there and see it, Lisa. Otherwise, I tried, gave them a chance, but this current storylines are losing. Yeah. But like I said, see the but I'm the fucking crazy one though, right? I'm the crazy one when I sit there and make a title, sit there saying Beyond the Gates is trash or it's the worst story or it's the worst show ever. And I have dumbasses that come in my chat and be like, "What's wrong with you?" I'm like, "Are we watching the same fucking thing?" Ah, Lord. Ah, there we go. There we go. Oh, I want to. No, 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 no. Hold on. 1 second, Spider. I wanna save this moment. Read this shit later on. I'm fucking done. Okay, all right. That made my night. That that made my night. I'm gonna get another drink at this point. Hold on. I will say this week on days have been good. Days has been good. Oh, well, never mind. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. That comic was fucking everything. That comic was everything. That was good. That was good. Jess, you made my night. You made my fucking night. I needed that. Thank you, Jess. You're the gift that just keeps on giving. A family that's more related to the rest of us. Jonathan, who? Okay, I asked you a question. I don't know if you got it, but I'm gonna ask you again. Just says Luna is the only good thing that's on B&B. You did, Spider. It's funny. I thought about that too. I'm just gonna sit there and say it right here. The fact that just practically sit there and said, "Yeah, I can't do it with Beyond the Gates," and then she turned back to watching The Bold and the Beautiful. Oh, that's good. That's good. That's that's good. That made my night right there. Just says Anita and Vernon are boring. Leslie is so over the top. It got old quick and so it's really funny. I've been saying that shit for fucking weeks. and people have been looking at me like I had three goddamn heads. You know, it's funny, Spider, because I said something that was very similar. Well, I know Jonathan disagrees with me for. Oh shit! That's not it. I said this also. Now, Lady B says Beyond the Gates equals 2B equals Tyler Perry. I did sit there and say it comes across as a 2B show. And I did also sit there and say that I've seen better acting on Sharknado. So, oh, Jonathan, I don't know if you're still in the chat, but again, who's the chick that's able to sit there and push people? Ah, Queen Cat Lady. See? Yeah, just, just seen a light, Cat Lady. Just seen the effing light. Uh, ah, just, Cat Lady, you should have, I saved it, but you should have heard, or you should have saw what Jess said. That is hilarious. You know what? That's what I'm gonna do. I'll let y'all guess who this is while I make a quick run to the bathroom. Let me know who that is, Jeff. Don't get it wrong. Don't get it twisted. Spider wasn't entirely wrong, but that's not who. Let's sit there and show y'all someone, and then I want to sit there and see if y'all know who he. And I'm gonna sit there and see if y'all know who that person is. No, that's not good. Which days was still on NBC? Hmm. That's good. Facts, Allison. Facts. Facts, facts, facts. All right, gal. No, there you go. Yep. Jackson Montgomery. Yeah, there you
Take a look at Yo, you. I told you hands off.
Okay, fine. You won't let Dr. Hayward look at you? Then I will.
I don't want your help either.
Reggie!
go. That's correct, Allison. But who is the other person now? Okay. Who is the actor? Who is the actor? The other person, not David Hayward, but who is the other actor? I want to sit there and say if anyone knows. Audra is about to be knocked off. Yeah, that's true, Allison. And I'm not talking about him though. Nobody recognized the other actor. No, no. Okay. Thank you, cat lady. That's what I was kind of referring to. Yes. Mm-hmm. That I was wondering if somebody was gonna sit there and say it first, but yes, a cat lady got it. Well, of course you got it done. Yeah. Just says, do we need this fake sister of Monica? Listen, I would sit there and take Ronnie over what you call it again. I just said
Yo,
that
I
too,
told
Lady
you
B.
hands off.
Okay, fine. You won't let Dr. Hayward look at you? Then I will.
I don't want your help either.
Reggie!
That's not what I said. That is what you said. You said we need this fake sister. I didn't. Yeah, I didn't know that either. I know about Michael B. Jordan. I know Michael B. Jordan was on there, but I didn't know he was not the first. He was not the first Reggie. That I didn't know. No, just. Cat lady had it right. Cat lady, no. Anyway, yes. I think that was it. Nope, that is not. Yeah, I don't know. I heard that Chadwick Boseman was on there, but I thought he played another character. Um, anyway, he left, and Michael B. Jordan took over, and later on in years, they were both in the same movie. Reggie Montgomery. Wait, Reggie was related to Jack Montgomery? Yeah, Chadwell was the first one. I didn't know that until I saw the clip. Oh, Jax. Oh shit. Okay, so you used to watch All My Children as well. Apparently I didn't watch All My Children. That's why I got canceled. But All My Children was that show. I mean, I love One Like Live. Um, but yeah, when I watch a lot of these old clips or whatever, for like All My Children and One Like Live and stuff, and I read about it, that's how I know about some of this stuff. Then he says AMC was the first soap I ever watched. It was my mom's and Nana's favorite soap. But you also watch Passion stuff too, right? I think we saw a clip of Alistair Crane. I don't have that clip anymore. It's kind of annoying, but yeah, let's go one more. Lady V says you were in training draws at this era. I know you're not. You used to watch this. No, I mean, I used to watch. I used to watch all my. I used to watch more like Live. Then he says, yes, Passions was the second soap I watched. Then Days, Poor Charles, more like Live, YNR, and GH. And then Bo Damn. He also says, do you think Johnny Chanel may inform Holly of the theory about Sophia? I wondered that. Like, if that was to happen, would that stop her from leaving? And I don't. Here's the thing. Even if they do, I don't think it would stop. Fuck this. I don't think it would stop. I don't think it would stop Holly from leaving. Cat lady being cat lady. Training draws. Whoa. Oh, Danny's being bold tonight. I never liked Erica Kane. Hold on, let me. I never liked Erica Kane. Let me see if I still have that club. I mean, this Erica King?
You may not do this. Do you understand me? You may not come near me. I am Erica Kane, and you are filthy.
She never liked a woman who faced off against a fucking grizzly bear. That's what she never liked. That Riley would want to confront Sophia for sending those explicit pics of her. Yeah, that's true. Erica Kane, who faced off against a grizzly bear, is the person who Danny Bear don't like. Oh, don't yeah. Hmm. Danny, I want to make sure that you don't forget to say that in your stream. Okay, here's another thing. Here's the thing. She could confront her, Jonathan. She could confront her, but like, I don't think that's going to stop her from leaving. That may delay it, but she listed out all the reasons of why she um wants to leave, and not forever, but just for a little bit. Though, like she explained her reasons why she wants to leave. Um, Erica Kane was a legend. You know, it's funny. We actually did do a Greenlee light. I mean, a Greenlee night on in my member stream. She was actually quite the interesting character. I would sit there and say, like, I know people would sit there seeing her as Taylor and everything like that, Taylor Hayes or whatever, but like, she was so much better as fucking Greenlee from All My Children. Like, it is insane. Cat Lady says whenever Erica King came on, GH, because we know it's coming at some point, she's gonna break her TV. It can go both ways. They could be having a conversation and talk about their mothers, and one person can get defensive, and then the other person, you know what I'm saying? Like they could sit there and say something, and then it just takes one person to defend their mother and slam the other, and they can go back and forth, or they could sit there and be like, you know what? Let's not be like our mothers. It can go either way. Danny is saying fighting word. Danny, you drinking tonight? Make sure you talk about that Todd thing on your stream, because I didn't forget that. And make sure you talk about how you felt that Trevor was a better Todd. Jillian, older Sophia Sterling is almost over. Can't stand to see the deer in headlights looking over and over again. She does have that whole bulge in her eyes thing like going on for herself. She does, and it's okay. All right, listen. I was trying to give you an alibi, but okay. You making a lot. You making a lot of bold claims tonight. So, well, that I don't think people will sit there and slam you for, but the whole, ooh, people may sit there and get tight about that. Kathleen says, "Ain't nobody better at Todd than Roger. Never Trevor was okay and funny, but not Roger." Well, I mean, Danny Bear is gonna sit there and say that on her live stream. She's gonna sit there and say that Trevor was a better Todd on her live stream. That's what Danny Bear said. Now I may not be there because I think I have to work that day, but I will sit there and watch the after stream. So I wanna see when she says that. You know, okay. It reminds me of Billy's version of Jason. I remember even Billy Miller sitting there saying like most people would sit there and say that was the better Jason. Because with Billy's version of Jason, he chose Sam over the business, you know? Yeah, and I get that, Jonathan. Like your first impression, I would totally get that. Oof. Danny Bear is being bold tonight. Okay. Jillian says, Sarah tried to warn her. It always comes out. Can't wait for Johnny Chanel and everyone else to lay into her. I'm looking for that shit. I'm looking forward towards that too. Ooh. I probably disagree with that a little bit though. Because honestly, to tell you the truth, the thing is, like, I look back at it and I feel like she played Phyllis. She didn't play Nina. She played Phyllis. Whoa. Okay. Danny Bear is. Wow. Okay. Um. That's the thing, though, cat lady. I would sit there and say that now. I would sit there and say that before, but now that I watched The Young and the Restless, I felt like she was playing more Phyllis than anything else. Like Cynthia Watros is what brung, and Tommy just says, "Okay, okay, what?" Cynthia Watros brung the you know what? Fuck it. I'll sit there and share this version. Well, that's the thing, though, Jonathan. I've never. I mean, well, I only know that one. Hey, throwback. Who is this person? There you go, Jonathan. See, we're on the same page. Who is this person? Oh, you're talking about the job. Okay, Tommy. Jonathan, you don't know? Okay, so who is this character? There you go, Allison. Faith Roscoe. There we go. There we go. She was before Ava Jerome, right? Remember, Ava Jerome was actually a mobster. She was part of a mobster family. before she did the whole art gallery. I'm gonna be a reformed good girl and blase blah blah blah. Before we had Ava Jerome, we had Faith fucking Roscoe. Johnson says the woman who didn't turn out to be Austin and Mason's boss, and she fucking should have. Yes. Kelly says Audra is getting killed off. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be mad. Danny says Faith was my first villain on GH. I miss her. She and Ava could have been good friends. You honestly think that her and Ava would actually be friends? I mean, no offense. Now I know this is gonna sound kind of sexist, but I feel like sometimes it's harder for certain girls to be friends than it is for guys to be friends. I don't know why. That's just how I feel. I think it would be a cold day in hell before Faith and Ava would ever be friends. Daddy, I swear, I don't know if she's trolling at this point or is she being serious. Could be frenemies, yeah. They damn sure ain't gonna be friends. Yes, that's true. Well, kinda. Yeah, Jonathan. You remember they kept going back and forth and switching stuff around. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Danny. And then she'll want to probably turning on fucking Ava. Sounds like a good job to me. Oh, not a fan of Courtney. Yes, I was just saying I was very happy for Tommy getting that new job. Very, very proud of him. Justin says they could have made her the boss and did a story where she kidnapped a woman in Sonny's life. Like Nina. Oh, okay. That's well, congratulations. So you get to sit there and drive people's expensive cars and stuff. I would fucking hope they pay him. Okay. Listen, a job's a job. Oh shit, I know I forgot to do something. Eh, just cause. You made a prediction that what? You made a prediction that fake Roscoe is Deck's mom? Just as I heard the kid who played young Spencer is coming back. That'd be surprising. I heard he have said some stuff that hasn't been kosher. So also heard he used to sit there and come at what you call sideways too. Nay, just love. And I'm pretty sure that means hey. Come on, Jess. We know we know what that means. What? Oh my god. Well, I mean, the thing is, Allison, he can fit as a different character, right? Like the guy. I mean, as long as he can still act. I mean, I just hope that she didn't sit in here from one of those spoiler channels. Oh shit! I heard of that. Like, ET did a video on that. 1 p.m. to 9 p.m. Damn, it's a lot. Wait, why you know that Portia's Prego? That's such a cute name, Prego. Facebook slop. Yeah, Facebook slop. That seems about right. No, I'm good. I just find the name Prego just funny. See, most people, some people, what is weird. I okay. Um, this is AI slop. I love it, Danny Bear. Prego's name, but well, yes, that's true. It, to be fair, Jonathan, I do feel that Prego is actually the better spaghetti sauce. I'm just saying. You know, we talked a little bit about that, about her being see Jonathan though. I don't know what that's about. What's the best sauce then, Allison? Just as Portia already had a Hooch Dad storyline, like we didn't need another one. Yeah, but okay, here's my thing though, Jess. He wasn't wrong. He wasn't wrong. Like okay, ultimately I felt like his heart was in the right place. He did overstep, but he wasn't wrong, right? Like Curtis was going in there to sit there and interrogate Drew and using Portia's position to sit there and do it and endangering her reputation. And like Britt said, hey, listen, if you do anything to sit there and set this man back, it's going to be bad for the hospital. It's also going to be bad for Portia. So he wasn't wrong, but like, listen, I would, okay, you know what? Listen, fuck this. I said this shit before, and I'll say this again. Yeah, maybe, but he didn't need to be the one to tell. That's, I'm not gonna go there. I'm not gonna go there. I'm not gonna go there. Um, this is some goofy shit. The nanny like is Tommy says the nanny likes the chocolate. I see. Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, listen, Holden is not an entitled prick, and Tommy says, Jess, how are you doing? You know what? Fuck this. I feel like I need to sit there and play the scene just to remind y'all of just how shit Carly is.
Get the hell you unleashed. Everyone suffered. Michael, Jason, even AJ. All because you took it upon your sanctimonious self to tell a truth that wasn't yours to tell. All because you were jealous. You were afraid I was going to have a family that you couldn't have with Jason because you're HIV positive. There, I said it. You know what, Robin? You may fool the rest of the world, inspire pity and admiration, but I know you for the snake that you are. And I know you for the hateful person that you are. No wonder Sonny won't take you back. You know nothing about me and Sonny, okay? Thank God you were on the other side of the world. Oh, please. It's not hard to figure out. Sonny got fed up with your insanity. So you think that this new, improved version of Carly that you're trying to sell is going to fly? You are in for a rude awakening. What's it like up there? On that lofty moral perch where you look down your nose and pass judgment on the rest of us, huh? You would have thought somewhere along the line, after everything you've been through, you could pick up some empathy and compassion. Humility, maybe? You have the nerve to spout words at me like empathy and compassion, which you've never shown to anyone. Oh, I'm sorry, unless it suited your own agenda. How Jason could have spent more than 5 minutes in your miserable company is beyond me. He did, okay? No matter how much you hate it. Get out. Go. Take your miserable butt back to Paris, please. Robin, you're finishing this here. Guess what? Your miracle drug didn't work. And you know what? You probably knew that it wouldn't. You played on Jason because he was vulnerable. Yeah. You thought, hey, if he feels obligated to me, I can slither my way back into his life. You have nothing else to offer him. Certainly not the sex he was used to having. No, it's not enough. It's just starting. Come on, Robin. Come on.
I think you guys have both said enough.
Get out of here. Get the hell out before I call security, or I'll throw you out myself. Look, I apologize for hitting you. No, I don't want your apology. You want to be sorry for something? You can be sorry for ruining my little boy's life just to get back at me. I can't deal with you or who I become when I'm around. Goodbye. Do yourself a favor? Do not fall for the wounded little girl act, okay? Robin Scorpio is not worth your time or energy.
Why? Because she's HIV positive?
No, because she's a bitch.
I think it takes one to know one.
So, just in case people forgot just exactly how bad that wrong one, how much of a shitty person that Carly can be. Just remember, people, I got the goddamn receipts. Johnson says you don't need to remind me. No, no, I don't need to remind you. I need to remind the other people that are Carly fans. Oh, trust me, that's not the end of my receipts, but that's just small slither. Yeah, again, Allison, this is right after she decided to throw this woman's HIV status in her face. When people sit there and talk about Carly's this and Carly's that and Carly's the Valkyrie and blah 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 blah, just remember, I have no problems that they're playing that scene and others anytime that I choose to. What is going on with this Mr. Shepard talk? All I know is that Mr. Shepard is going to LA because he's an entitled prick. I know, Jonathan, and I gotta look for some Sammy Brady stuff. Some of that stuff I gotta do again. Like I did Nicole stuff, and I did a Nicole stuff, and I did a Sammy night. But I don't feel like I really kind of did them justice, so I gotta look up some more scenes. But I did find some other scenes from some other characters and some other soaps. I think people were like, I would say that much. That would definitely help, Jonathan. That would definitely help. Oh, absolutely, Dominic. Absolutely. I want to sit there and find some better clips. So yes, we are definitely doing another piece. We are definitely doing another Sammy night and another Nicole night. So yes, we're definitely gonna do those two. Because I feel like I want to take a different take on them. See, a lot of times, like the stuff I've been doing lately, I've been like actually researching this stuff. So we definitely gonna do another night of those. Max says, you know, the actress played Jeremy Horton has her Jennifer Horton has her 40th anniversary since she really. Hmm. It'd be cool if we could do a Jennifer Horton night. That'd be cool if we could do a Jennifer Horton night. She's been on the show for like 40 years, so yeah. You know what the thing is though, Domax? It's harder to find Days of Our Lives scenes than it is like even passion scenes. Mostly because I feel like Liquid Soap has like fucking took over more. But yeah, Jack the Jackass, Allison. I read some stuff about him too. You know, it's funny, though, Max. I was looking at some stuff today. So yeah, yeah, I have a file on that. I actually made a file today on that. So yeah, we are going to be watching some Sunset Beach stuff. That's actually funny. You actually said that. I actually had enough time to sit there and kind of like look through some stuff. I got to test something out. If everything works out well, Delmax, yeah, we'll definitely be doing a Sunset Beach night. It's weird. You could have literally sat there and said anybody, any other soap. Like that. Oh yeah, that's exactly where I'm going. Um, I didn't get a chance to actually watch the clips, but I remember people sitting there talking about Sunset Beach or whatever, how we should watch it. So I was like, man, let me type it up. I'm gonna read some stuff and then I'll probably be able to kind of get a better idea. But I made a file, so we're definitely gonna sit there and watch some stuff. Pretty interesting. You said something about it. Danny says I never watched Sunset Beach. What about Santa Barbara? I heard that stuff was. I I did look at some of it. Like it's I like the nostalgia feeling of it. Like it's very classic '90s. Like how they talk and um. I get a chance to actually watch it, but I wish I can play it. But MTV can be dicks. So you either Allison and then that's what I like about it though. It's like I like that nostalgic feeling of it because like the dialogue is a lot different back then and stuff. Like it's just I don't know. It's like a time machine going back into some of that stuff. Oh, I was saying okay. So you watched Santa Barbara for a hot minute. I've seen clips because like Kelly says that's AKA no. That's AKA no what? Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I have to use the restroom. Let me take a look at that. I'm gone. I don't know what that means, Callie. I just know that you're being fasting. Yeah, that's right. He's being a bad kitty. Goddamn right, Rosemary. That's my woman right there. Yeah, there we go. Whew, okay. Um. Okay. You know what? Okay. Thank you, Tommy. So here's the thing about Carlton. Carlton reminds me of Miguel from This Is Us. You stop it. He reminds me of Miguel. Um, like Miguel and Jack from This Is Us. Like the fact that he sat there and said that he pretty much waited in the wind for when those two broke up. I'm like, you are one greasy ass. That's supposed to be his friend, his business partner. Even Nicole sat there and said, "Well, I don't know because he is Ted's business partner, and you hooked up with him. So what does that make you?" I think so, Rosemary. That is my woman after all. Domac says, and thank you for the endorsement, Rosemary. Domac says, I kind of find myself being annoyed by Carlton. The Carlton relationship makes me less sympathetic for Nicole. Well, because she is being with somebody who is a business partner of Ted. Like, I get her being upset, but the chick is fun. It's not like she couldn't, like, she literally sat there. Why is Carlton weird to you? It's a very interesting um, description. I'm just like, girl, you could have went out with anybody. You literally chose, I don't know, just weird. I'm gonna let it go for now, but I will be asking you in your chat. Rosemary says, yes, I know Albert that she is. Thank you, Rosemary. You're fucking awesome. Domac says, I don't know how she wants a clean break from Ted, but as gorgeous as she is, decide that the first man she gets is his business partner, so she keeps herself in Ted's orbit. I never thought of it like that. Then he says, I'll watch the rest of the week and find a better answer for you. Okay, I won't forget. Corton's going to end up hurting Nicole, and she better not go running back to Ted. I'll watch her dumbass run back to Ted, too. That makes his office, Christian party, business events, similar social circles, and she stays near Ted via Carlton. Yes. Good point. Womack says, I feel like Grapevine is going to be for Nicole. Makes sense. Carlton better be looking for a new, for a new job. I mean, he was probably good at what he does to sit there and still be there. Carlton is low, yes. You better not be wasting on Nicole. Yeah, Danny, Grapevine is actually going to be on Beyond the Gates. We've been talking about that for an hour. Justin says, how upset would Aaron be if he is the father of Sophia's baby? I mean, I think he'd be hella upset. I think I'm just more like, I think the real question should be like, how confused would I be for cringy as Aaron to sit there and hook up? Oh, Danny Bear, you're something else, Danny. I love it. Danny, I knew you were something special when I first saw you about 3 or 4 years ago. Um, I typed in something and I was looking for Brock's something, Brock's channel, and I saw yours, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. And I made like an ill-advised um, advice that you didn't ask for. I was like, okay. And now followed your channel ever since. I think I still have a screenshot of that question or that comment I sent to you. Who sees this? Who sees this as us? Who sees this as us? He is the Miguel is Carton. Well, he is. He sat there. He waited into the wind. I don't remember that comment. I remember the comment. You said you used to sit there and call your videos reaction videos. You used to call your reviews reaction videos. And for some odd reason, I don't know if it's ego or hubris, but I was like, yes, 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 Callie. It did sound like me. Even though she's being a smartass, it does sound like me. I sat there and said that I don't think you should sit there and call it a reaction video. Yes, that's true. That's still some low shit though. I was like, I don't think you should call it a reaction video. I think you should call it a review because you're not reacting to it in like a reaction video. You're reviewing it. Just for clarity, I shouldn't have. It wasn't exactly my place to sit there and start telling her that she should be changing her titles. Yep. Yeah, I said that. Yep. Like I said, hubris. Um, oh, cool, Tommy. So you watched it. So Tommy knows. Listen, I love that show, but that was some foul shit, though. I, mm, that's some foul shit. Yes, Tommy Miguel was the worst. As much as I love that show, and I will always talk highly of that show. That was some. Oh, cat lady. I love my women feisty. Domac says, I just hope he's not a deadbeat like Eric so we don't have scenes of him sleeping on her couch, wasting her time, like Eric did with Sloan and Jay. Sloan, oh my god. Sloan was another character that I felt like um, she's so bad. Tommy says Rebecca should have not entertained that. I'm so happy that you watched that show. But yes, I don't know how to feel about that because I'm like, listen, she tried other dates. She went out on dates. It didn't work. Part of me feels like Tommy is right in a sense, but I'm also just like, I feel like maybe just because like I look at that situation from my own viewing and being like, I would never sit there and didn't even entertain that idea whatsoever with my best friend. Then he says, I love This Is Us, but it got annoying and was going to stop watching. But since there was only one season left, so I'm like, okay, I'll watch. I made it this. That's usually how I do it, though, Danny. Yeah, after like the second season, I'm like, fuck it, I'll just watch the rest. When did it get annoying for you, though, Danny? I'm wondering what season, when did it get annoying for you, though? It's just a certain level of like you feel like your friend is like your best friend is like your brother, and there's just certain lines you just don't cross. I mean, at some point, I don't. Have a good night, Rosemary. At some point, like, I mean, don't get me wrong, I'll cross a lot of lines for a hot girl, but like, there's certain lines that even I can't sit there and cross. I mean, it's not much lines, but there are lines. I mean, yes, the kids did get mad, and yeah, that is definitely a factor. Um, but I think it's just more like I mean that goes beyond a bro code, you know. That goes beyond a bro code. I mean, don't get me wrong, she was Mandy Moore, so I mean, I get the hotness, but Danny says after finding out Jack died, it slowly started getting annoying. Kevin got more assholery. Fuck. You know who people really didn't like on that show? Fucking Kate. Fucking Kate. And who was her husband? Who was Kate's husband? Because he was, oh, Kate. They fuck Kate over. Kate was a G. Kate got them out of jail and they sat there and they watched her bleed out. I'm like, all y'all are fucked up. I love Kate. Not no, not Peter. Who was Kate's husband? You know what really annoyed me with Kate? No, it wasn't Peter. When her husband lost weight, Toby. She didn't deserve Toby. Because when Toby got skinny, she resented Toby. Toby was making more money. Toby got skinny. And Toby was not into that immature, like, little jokes or whatever that apparently she loved or whatever. It's like, when Toby started doing better, that's when she started resenting Toby. And I'm like, you know what, Kate, you don't get me wrong, Toby wasn't perfect. Like Toby went to his depression and it started driving her away. I don't know why I'm still sitting there talking about This Is Us, but like Toby, Kate didn't deserve Toby. That man was literally sitting there bettering himself, and she got resentful as fuck. And that's all I'll sit there and say about that. Kate was jealous. Yeah, she was jealous. But you should want your partner to sit there and want to do better for themselves and be happy. And she was resentful as fuck. I remember that episode like it was fucking yesterday. And I'm not gonna sit there and try to I am not gonna sit there and try to fat shame. There's a point where he moved to a place where it's like I don't know, San Francisco, some place where it's like when you had to walk, it was like an incline or some shit, and I was just like, maybe you should sit there and try to lose a little bit of weight. Just saying, like you resentful of your husband for wanting to do better, but you don't want to do better. Or what changed in the storyline? Well, I mean, that's the thing though, Tommy. Like Jack dying, like really set the course for the big three. You know, it set the course for the big three. You know that was like a lot of their decisions was the course of life really factor into his death. So Randall, you mean Randall pissed you off sometimes? I like Randall. Oh, I even like Kevin at times. I mean, he wasn't perfect, and yeah, he did have his douchebag moments. But oh, good, me too. He has little douchebag moments, but I felt like they kind of rushed his stuff towards the end. But whatever. I haven't watched Tracker. I've been thinking about watching Tracker, but like, because I do like Justin Hartley. It's like I feel like if I watch that, then I gotta watch Fire Country, then I gotta watch Sheriff Country, and that's just. But also, and it is, yeah. It looks like it's a good show, but I'm gonna be honest. I do want to sit there and watch. I do want to watch Invincible since I do have Amazon. So no, you're right. It's not. I. It's just another show I want to sit there and watch. Like I want to watch the show with Tom Ellis, his new show. Like there's just too much shit that I want to sit there and watch. Yes, yes, Cat Lady. He wants. I want to watch it. It's just oh, see how I am. I would sit there and be like, damn man, how do you know that? But I'm like, oh, well, you're Jonathan. That's right, Cat Lady. I want to sit there and watch all this stuff, but time. I'm a very busy man. I know, John, and he also has a show on Amazon Prime too. But I think you already knew that though, right? I suggested Jess watch it at one point, just because it's Jensen Ackles. I didn't even have to sit there and say what it was. Like I didn't even have to sit there and say what it was. Yeah, he already knows. God damn, Jonathan. That's actually not true. Cat Lady's being sassy and feisty. But yes, there's so many different shows I want to sit down and watch, and so little time to do it. But I'm making my way through. Why the toilet seat? Like, why the toilet seat for? I can understand. And Tommy says, "Please watch Tracker." I want to. I want to. You know who they said that should play Batman? Also, Jonathan. Elijah from the originals. It was like he should play Batman. I forgot his actual name is not coming to me right now, but I want Renee. Who's Renee on Tracker? Yes, Dan. Yes. Shouldn't be surprised you knew that. You know what? I'm like, who's Renee? And I have a phone right in my fucking hands. Hold on. Renee from Tracker. All right. He's not wrong. Tommy is not wrong. So yeah, that's what a lot of the fans were sitting there saying. It was like, oh, I want to see him as Batman. And I was like, but you know who's okay, Jonathan. You know who's the best internet Batman? Who's the best internet Batman? I'll tell you who the best. I want you to sit there and see if you know who it is, and then I'll tell you who is the best internet fan bat. I mean, yeah, the best internet Batman, fanboy internet Batman. Now, Tommy, you're spot on. I'll sit there and say that much. You know what? Fuck it. It's your fault. You might know. Take a wild guess. I'm gonna sit there and tell you who I think it is. You may agree with me or not. The best internet Batman. Not like Hollywood, but the best internet Batman. Good one, Tommy. You got good taste, Tommy. I'll sit there and say that much. I'm pretty sure you meant this one at the top. Fuck it. I'll just sit there and say it. Um, he's from he's from a YouTube channel called Bat in the Sun. His name is Kevin Porter. And you probably saw Bat in the Sun or heard of him. But he is quote unquote the best internet Batman. He's actually pretty good. Yeah, his name is Kevin Porter. Yeah, well, Tommy, I mean, I think that she's kind of a lot of people's type. Tommy said that she came and said, "Let's go out to dinner." My ass is leaving. I will go to dinner and do stuff afterwards. I'm pretty sure you would. But you seen Bat in the Sun though, right? No, no. I mean, no. I get it. Tommy, listen. Tommy keeps it real. Okay, so yeah. He's um he's the guy who plays Batman. He's really good. Yeah, I think it would just be a little kind of weird because like I just know him either play Lucky or play a bum. Have you House of Lies? Yeah, that's with that chick from Veronica Mars, Kristen, and Don Cheadle, right? Yeah. Yeah, what about it? I haven't like watched it, but oh damn, he was on Charm also? Kristen Bells. You know, she was also the voice for Gossip Girl, right? I'm not gonna lie, I didn't know that she was the voice of Gossip Girl until they actually showed the picture. His ex-wife was hot. What's his ex-wife name, Tommy? I know, but I didn't know though. Eh, yeah, yeah, you probably did, Jonathan. Because, like, I mean, it's weird because, like, you can hear the voice, but I don't know. I guess I just didn't put two and two together. I mean, she looks sharp. Like, she looks like a viper, right? I mean, it's funny, Jonathan, because like you put two and two together like really fast. I don't know why I didn't put those two together. That's kind of weird now I think about it. Interesting. Jonathan, they literally sat there and said they mentioned her as the voice in the description of the series that I guess I never read. It just went over my head. But Jonathan, when you know when the Degrassi documentary is coming out, let me know. Because if I gotta get HBO Max to sit down and watch it, then fuck it, I will. Um, Not that I want to sit there and get another streaming service, but let me know. Let me know when it comes out and which platform it's going to be on. But I want to watch it and talk about it. Yeah, Degrassi was one of those shows like I did watch in high school, so I'm like, I fuck it up. House of Lies is good. So funny. I mean, I mean, it's on Showtime, so I can imagine that stuff is going to be on there. Johnson says Degrassi helped me get through high school. Degrassi was that show. How do I sit there and put it? I mean, to sit there and say it was a cultural phenomenon is like not even doing the show justice, but like The graduate was very relatable. I would sit there and say it was relatable. Oh, it went there. For a 30 minute show that was like practically 20 minutes, like situations went from like 0 to 60 hella fast. But it was relatable. Like I went to school, like I'll sit there and say I went to school with the Mannies of the world. 1 minute they're all cute or whatever. Next minute, oh, walking around in a goddamn thong. So like, yeah. But I've never went to school with a Rick. If you watch the grass, you know what I'm talking about. I've never went to school with a Rick. I think at that point I was kind of out the Simpsons fan. I was out the Simpsons whole thing and like Beavis and Butthead. So we'll see. And that's the thing. Like Jonathan has went to school with women like Manny. By the way, that was like my first two episodes. You Got the Look and Gangsta Gangster. Yeah, see, and that's the thing though, Danny. Like I look at that show and I'm like that was one of those shows where it's like it was funny when I was a kid. When I grew up, I'm like, this shit isn't exactly funny. Like even with Married with Children, like I would look at it and like, when I was a kid, it was some of those jokes was funny. When I look at it now, it's like they don't hit the same. I don't know if I was more easily entertained when I was a kid, but Danny is still married to Audra. Why? Who the fuck knows? But this is what makes sense to them. So it's stupid funny. I'm so addicted. Hmm. Tommy says Peggy was a was a hot mouth. Yeah, she's yeah. I would definitely sit there. So she definitely did hit back then. It was funny, John. Yes, I said the same thing before you got here. It was like I like the scene with Xander and Philip. Um, the thing is though, Jonathan, I will sit there and say, who knows how long it takes before Holly comes back. I'm going to be honest, listen, I wouldn't be too surprised if they didn't just disappear the Holly character. I mean, Jonathan, they do have a track record of that they're just disappearing characters, so I wouldn't be too surprised. I'm just saying. But that was the thing, though, right? Danny says Katie is still hot. I'm surprised they lived off of a shoeman salary. That was always like the cosmic joke, though. Um, you know what I like though? They called it the Bundy curse, right? And of course, the curse wasn't activated until he acknowledged that he had good luck, which is so, which is kind of relatable, you know. Like some of that stuff still works. Some of it's kind of hit and miss. Yeah, that's what I was saying. I said that earlier. I was like, it's a nice, united family rah rah moment, right? And ultimately, I kind of felt like that was the way it was going to go. Tony was not going to sit there and really concern himself with a company that's pretty broken. He was like, I looked at those financials. Like, the minute I give you this company back, it's not going to be worth shit. Maggie's like, we're just going to build it from the ground up. Okay, sure. We'll just build it from the ground up. I'm not gonna lie. Part of me was like, well, I guess y'all be that they're having a little less servants this holiday. I'm not gonna lie, Tommy. I would have been done with Nicole the minute that she would have been dating my business partner and my friend. I would have been done with her. Like I feel like at that point, I was like, yo, listen. The only time we sit there talking is to the kids, like adult kids. I got more patience than I do. Johnson says the Kiriakis family are the Quartermains of Days and the Demare are the Cassidines of Days. Seems fitting. I will fire him. That's a lawsuit right there, bro. Tom, you don't want those lawsuits. Allison says, I never liked marriages and too sleazy and I mean I like sleazy stuff, but like I said, it's one of those things where it's like marriages was a fun show when I was a kid. And I don't know if my beliefs have changed or my standards have been higher, but like some of this stuff just doesn't work. I'm cool with I mean not you, Allison, but like I'm cool with sleazy stuff. I just need it to be funny. See, one thing that really annoyed me, and I'll sit there and say this, is people sat there and they complained that it was like, oh well, married children, they view women as sex objects. Like, well, what the hell do you sit there and see on soap operas? Like every time a man sit there and take off his shirt, no one sat there and said, "Oh my God, they use men as sex objects." I'm like, don't do that. We're not gonna play that game. That was my only thing. But I'm gonna end the stream here. I do want to sit there and do laundry in the morning, and I should probably sit there and take my ass to sleep. Yeah, but Allison, okay, but then every time you sit there and show a man that they're taking off his shirt, and a man that's that they're treated as a sex object, I don't sit there and see women complaining. So I mean, if you want to sit there and play double standards, we can go there with that. Like they do the same thing in soap operas, and no one sits there and make us, like I'm just saying, if we're gonna sit there and play that game, then it needs to sit there and go both ways. Yeah, but so women, usually are better than those characters. I'm talking about how they portray the men characters. Ted may decide to, Ted decides to Jade June. I'm like, yo, this show is fucking cool. But anyway, I'm gonna sit there in the stream here because I do gotta wake up early in the morning, or at some point in the morning, sit there and do laundry. Having that, my gorgeous queen cat lady. Have a good night, Danny Bear. Have a good night, Allison. Have a good night, Queen Jess. Have a good night, Queen Janet. Johnson says, join us next time for another edition of Soul Child Dr. Bostic. Have a good night, Dolomedics. I know he's probably asleep right now. Johnson says, good night, everyone. Hit that like button. Hit that goddamn like button. Excuse me. 3 hours. I cannot actually believe I did 3 hours. Good night, Allison. It was great to see you. Have a good night, Danny Bear. Yeah, hit that like button. Because we want to have a night, Lady V. Have a night, Cherry Ice Cream. Have a night, Ron, even though Ron is probably asleep like 2 hours ago. Um, Every Night Last Day, Every Night Rosemary, Quiet Guy if you're in here, Blackmon, and anybody else who I missed, you know who you are, and I'll sit down and see you in the next stream. Laters.